Hello, my dears. How are you all? I hope you all are okay, fine. Yeah. So, this SWOT analysis I have written, I was thinking just to call you people in the school, and then I could have I would have explained all this. But due to this corona and all, I can't call you. Okay. So what I thought to do, I'm just making the video, and I have written each and everything in very explanatory way over here. I have given lots of time over there. You can see that I have started this writing from 13th of April, and today it's going to be today is 5th of May, and today it is completed. So I have given lots of information in this, and बहुत ही descriptive way में मैंने इसे लिखा है. So I hope you will get all the things, all your queries will be solved from this. Okay, so let's start with the SWOT analysis. And SWOT analysis actually basically you people have done some solves in class 11th also, and I have explained about some features, some characteristics, or what we do in this, what are the some concepts that already I have explained in class 11. But just to recall all this and to keep it all together, I'm going to repeat it again. Okay, so let's start with the SWOT analysis. SWOT, we all know that this SWOT means the compound formed by the combination of acid and base. Yes. So when the acid and base neutralizes with each other, they form a substance along with the water, and that substance is called salt. And we know that since class 9th, we can say 9th, we are knowing this, that any salt is made up of, or any compound, let's take it any compound. Okay, so if we talk about any compound, it is made up of cations and anions. Two things are there. So here that we are going to this analysis, that means by the some experimental method, by the demonstration, we will identify that this salt, whatever the salt is given to you, the salt is having which cation or which anion, So if I'm giving you Cl2, so you will say that there is a cation Ca and anion is Cl, obviously you can say. But if I will give you in the lab and that is of white color, there is no even color, so how you'll identify that whether it is calcium chloride or it is sodium chloride or it is some other salt? Yes. So for that there are some procedure, step by step we will follow and we'll understand this. So let's start with this. Salt is made up of cation and anion. Cation, that comes from the metals. Yes, or we can say that the it comes from the base. Yes, because base जो metals होते हैं, they are base, we know that. And anions, that comes from the non-metals, or we can say that the acid. Yes, acid. So now here it is written over here, if I'm taking about from the metals. So metal, whenever the metal loses its ion and it reacts with the water, it forms base, isn't it? NaOH. So cations are also called basic radical, as they are forming base in water. Similarly, if I'm talking about the anions, when they react with the water, they form acid. So since anions are forming acids in the water, so that's why they are also called acidic radical, and the cations are called basic radical. So sometime in the question it can be asked that identify the basic and acidic radicals in the following salt, or analyze the salt and to find the cation and anion. It will be in simple way. Okay, so when we do anything, there is some need, there is some basis, that on which basis, on which ground we will do all this thing. Yes. So what is the basis of categorization of cations? Like cations जो होते हैं, some are sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. We will do lots of cation and anion in this salt analysis. So how these cations are classified, why these cations are classified? Okay, so let me go here. Categorization of cations जो होते हैं, they are divided into 7 groups. Along with this, we can say that here it is here. Group 0, which is only ammonium cation. Yes. What these are things that I will explain later on. Let me explain you these things you have to learn. ये वाली पूरी table जो है, that is so important and you have to learn. Yes. So there are 7 groups start with the zero group, group 1, group 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the one important thing I'm going to tell you over here, that it should be mentioned in the Roman only, not in the English. We cannot mention this first. ऐसे नहीं कर सकते. It will be Roman only. Okay. And if we talk about the cations, the zero group is having only one cation, and which is NH4 plus. Group 1 will have one cation, that is Pb plus 2. Group 2 can have 4 cations, Pb plus 2, Cu plus 2, Cd plus 2, As plus 3. These are the 4 cations which can be identified in group 2, or which can be categorized under the group 2 cations. Yes. So you can say that the Pb plus 2 is here also. What is the reason behind it? So that I will tell you later on. Don't worry about this. So in zero group, that is NH4 plus. In group 1 there is only Pb plus 2. Group 2 mein there are the 4 cations. In this, Pb plus 2, Cu plus 2, Cd plus 2 and As plus 3. Out of these 4 cations, we basically analyze this Cu plus 2 in Cu plus 2 and Cd plus 2 in group 2. These are the 2 cations which we identify in group 2. Okay. Pb plus 2 को क्यों नहीं आइडेंटिफाई करते? क्योंकि हम ऑलरेडी उसको ग्रुप 1 में आइडेंटिफाई कर चुके होते हैं. ठीक है. नाउ As plus 3 जो आर्सेनिक होता है, दिस इज लिटिल हार्मफुल, सो we don't use it in frequently. We cannot use, or we are not that much liberal to use this. Yes. Group 3 is having also 3 cations, that is Al plus 3, Fe plus 2 and Fe plus 3. Yes. Al plus 3, Fe plus 2 and Fe plus 3. Fe जो salts होते हैं, they are colored. Both the Fe plus 2 and Fe plus 3, they are colored. So whenever we analyze, it should not have any color. They are colorless. Otherwise, by looking at the color only, we can say that this is this salt, isn't it? So these are the colors. So in general, the group detection, we don't use the iron salts. Okay. So what we use in group 3, only aluminium plus 3 is used. Okay, is detected. Group 4 has also 4 cations, that is zinc plus 2, Mn plus 2, Ni plus 2 and cobalt plus 2. Out of this, again, the Zn plus 2 is the most frequently cation identified in group 4. Mn plus 2, Ni plus 2, Cu plus 2, that is not, we don't do in the lab. But you should know what is this, what are the cations and what are the criteria and all that you should know. So group 4 has 4 cations, Zn plus 2, Mn plus 2, Ni plus 2, cobalt plus 2. Out of that, the zinc one is the most important one, which we detect in group 4. Group 5 is having 3 cations, Ba plus 2, Sr plus 2 and Ca plus 2. This is important, very important group according to the in the lab, in practical, this is very important group. So group 5 has 3 cations, barium, strontium and calcium, and all 3 we have to identify in the lab. So that means group 5 ke तीनों cations ko we have to identify. And group 6 again has only 1 cation, that is Mg plus 2. Yes. Okay. So let's do it in the simple way. फटाफट कर लेते हैं. एक quick review. Zero group has only 1 cation, Pb plus 2. Group 1 Pb plus sorry. Group 0 has only 1 cation, that is ammonium ion. Pb plus 2 is identified in group 1. In group 2, we identify copper plus 2 or Cd plus 2, but Cd plus 2 again we don't use that much because it is carcinogenic something. So we don't use this much. We basically use only copper plus 2. And group 3 has we identify only aluminium plus 3. Group 4 we identify only zinc plus 2. Group 5 we have to identify all 3. And group 6 has only Mn plus 2. So these are the cations you have to learn. Now, you can ask that why I have arranged this zero group over here, why not in the 5th group or why not in the 6th group? So why this is, if this cation is placed in zero group, so why it is placed in zero group only? What is the reason behind it? Yes. So that will be explained by this concept, and that is basis of categorization of cation. What are the basis, like on which ground the cations are categorized under 7th group? Yes. So there are the 2 properties, 2 things, which is KSP, that is called solubility product, and the second one is common ion effect. Okay. The first one is KSP, solubility product, and you all know about the solubility product, which you have done in class 11 equilibrium chapter. Yes. So solubility product, that is KSP, and common ion effect, that also you have done in equilibrium chapter class 11th. Okay, so what are the basic things? That greater the solubility, if the solubility is high, higher will be the group. Like you can say that magnesium has the more solubility than the barium, or you can say that the zinc has more solubility than the ammonium. You can say like this. तभी अमोनियम को हमने जीरो ग्रुप में ही रख दिया है. सबसे पहले हमें जीरो ग्रुप को आइडेंटिफाई करना है, अमोनियम ग्रुप को आइडेंटिफाई करना है. सो इसकी सॉलिबिलिटी जो है वो सबसे कम है. क्लियर? बहुत कम सॉलिबिलिटी है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई वो मतलब फर्स्ट टाइम में ही वो प्रेसिपिटेट आउट हो जाता है. And second thing is common ion effect. Due to this, lower group cations would be PPT out while higher will not. इसके पीछे भी कॉमन है, दोनों का बेसिक वही है कि हमें प्रेसिपिटेट के फॉर्म में वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द कैटायंस. तो अगर सॉल्बिलिटी उसकी कम होगी तो भी प्रेसिपिटेशन हमें बहुत जल्दी मिल जाएगा एंड विल आइडेंटिफाई द कैटायन. द सेकेंड थिंग ऑल्सो कॉमन आयन इफेक्ट की वजह से क्या होता है, जो लोअर ग्रुप होता है लाइक ग्रुप 0, यस, यानी अमोनियम, इसकी प्रेसिपिटेशन जो होगी वो जल्दी हो जाएगी. वाइल अगर हम बेरियम या स्ट्रॉन्शियम या मैग्नीशियम की करें तो इसकी प्रेसिपिटेशन we will not get in that much easy time. Yes, I hope it is clear. So there are the two factors, one is KSP and another is common ion effect, which is very much important. The question can be asked from this topic that what are the basic what are the grounds for categorization of cations and cations in the salt analysis. So these are the two things, and what is the solubility product, what is the common ion effect, they can ask. Next thing, whenever we analyze जब भी कभी हमें any salt को we analyze, तो we first analyze the anion. This is the pattern you have to follow. Yes, anion should be analyzed first, then the cation. Got it? Anion को हम पहले identify करेंगे and then cation. And while writing also, whenever we write in the file, then also anion should be written first and then afterwards cation we will write. Okay, how to write that I will tell you later on. Abhi let's learn about this thing and then we'll tell you how to write in the file. So first thing is categorization of anion. Categorization of anion, and the here second thing I have written categorization of cation. So let's do first categorization of anion and then we will do for the cation. So like cations are categorized under 7 groups. So similarly anions are also classified under 5 groups, and that is called dilute H2SO4 group. First group is called dilute H2SO4 group. That means actually it doesn't have any number. Like cation के लिए हमने क्या किया, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 ऐसे रखा, but anion के लिए there is no as such number. What we use dilute sulfuric group, we use conc sulfuric group, then we use that conc sulfuric group प्लस हीटिंग विच इज नाइट्रो ग्रुप के लिए हम कह सकते हैं. देन इंडिविजुअल ग्रुप के अंदर 2 ग्रुप आ जाते हैं, सल्फेट एंड फॉस्फेट. लेटर ऑन वी विल अंडरस्टैंड. सो लेट्स सी द फर्स्ट वन. लेट मी शो यू. द फर्स्ट वन इज डाइल्यूट H2SO4 ग्रुप, एंड देन वी विल गो फॉर द conc H2SO4 group. Then we will go for the like here it is nitrate test one, here it is conc H2SO4 group में ही I have divided this one. Yes, third group जो मैंने बताया वो इसी में मैंने divide किया. I will tell you how to do. And then individual group sulfate, and then last phosphate. So these are the 5 things, 5 groups for anion which we have to identify. So let's start from the beginning. Dilute H2SO4 group. That means what you have to do. Basically you have to do, and one very important thing, for the anion we have to take only salt. It shouldn't be salt solution. Students get confused in this, like they be confused in this ki we have to use salt or solution. So please be very much clear that for the anion we use only salt, we don't use the salt solution for the identification. See, जब भी हम कभी किसी भी चीज़ को identify करते हैं तो first we have to identify the things and then later on we will confirm it कि whatever we have identified that is the things or not. Yes. So first we will do identification and then confirmation. So in identification of anion we never use salt solution. We always use what? Salt, only salt. Got it? So this is the point, remember. Yes. So salt plus dilute H2SO4 when we add, what happens? There can be 4 observation. These are called observation. All these 4 जो है, that is called observation. So we'll see that the 4 observation, either of this, okay, or not all 4, either of this will be there. So whenever we add this salt and then dilute H2SO4 in this, just few drops of dilute H2SO4 we will add in this salt. in the test tube. Okay, so there could be a 4 observation. These are all yellow one, that is called observation. Either of this you can observe. Either there will be brisk effervescence. This is not effervescence, it will be brisk effervescence. That means you can say that the sudden bubbles will come out. Okay, whenever just shake the Pepsi bottle and open it, so how it seems. So similarly it will give brisk effervescence. So this point is very much important. You are supposed to mention this brisk effervescence. Got it? Or it could be like burning smell, or it may be like rotten egg smell, or it may have brown fumes. So these 4 observations could be there. If brisk effervescence is there, suppose that I have added dilute H2SO4 in the salt which I have taken already in the test tube, and then there was salt and I have added dilute H2SO4, and I saw that the brisk effervescence is coming out. So if the brisk effervescence is coming out, we will say that carbonate may be present over there. Got it? Carbonate may be present over there. Can you tell me why this brisk effervescence is coming on? Due to which gas this brisk effervescence coming? Yes, very good. Carbon dioxide. Due to carbon dioxide, there is a brisk effervescence. So we'll say that which anion is present? Carbonate. CO3 minus 2 carbonate will be there. This carbonate may be present due to evolution of which gas? If this question will be asked, you'll say carbon dioxide. I hope it is clear. Yes. So if this brisk effervescence is coming out, you can say that this may be carbonate ion. Okay. And if this carbonate ion you observe, then you have to do the confirmatory one. And confirmatory ke liye kya karte hain? This confirmatory you are doing since I think your grade 6 and 7. Yes. So this is confirmatory test, that is pass the gas, whatever the gas is evolved over here due to this ion, pass the gas through the lime water and it will turn into milky. So this is lime water, CaO, or whenever we pass this carbon dioxide in this, it will give you the CaCO3, and due to this it becomes milky. Yes, blur sa white sa ho jata. So that is called, that will confirm that yes, carbonate ion is present. Got it? So one anion you identified, that means you don't have to, because each and every salt will have only one cation and only one anion, isn't it? So one anion, if carbonate is identified, you don't have to go for the next anything, whatever I have written. You don't have to go for all these things. आपको इसके नीचे जाना ही नहीं है. But suppose I have added this dilute H2SO4 in the salt and I didn't get the brisk effervescence, rather I got this burning smell. If I got this burning smell, burning smell. So this shows that SO3 minus 2 sulfite ion may be present over there. Sulfite ion, due to the evolution, this burning smell is due to the sulfur dioxide gas. Okay, due to the sulfur dioxide gas, this burning smell comes. So this burning smells identifies that yes, this salt may have sulfite ion, SULPHITE, sulfite ion. Got it? So if I got the burning smell, that means it is giving the identification of sulfite ion. So now what next? Yes, of course, we have to do the confirmatory reaction. Clear? So for the confirmatory reaction, what we have to do for that confirmation of SO3 minus 2, what we have to do? We have to pour barium chloride solution in this, whatever that salt plus dilute H2SO4 is there. So there we have to add barium chloride. Got it? In that beaker only, jahan hame ki burning smell aayi, in this beaker or in this test tube only, we have to add this BaCl2 over there. As you will pour this BaCl2 in solution, in that you will get the white PPT of BaSO4. So this will convert into white PPT, and white PPT is due to formation of BaSO4. Okay, so this shows yes, it might be like SO3 minus 2, but again further we have to do, क्योंकि white PPT जो है वो बहुत किसी भी चीज का हो सकता है, तो we have to prove this कि उसको that is sulfite only. Okay, so barium sulfate that will give you the white PPT, and if you will add HCl in this, Okay, again that white PPT में HCl add करोगे, so what will happen, this will dissolve, this white PPT will be dissolved in this HCl and it will release the SO2 gas, here SO2 gas, which can decolorize KMnO4 solution. So you know, for this there are the 3 steps you have to do. First, what you have to do, this identification done, okay. Then in the second case, you have to add the barium chloride solution in that beaker. You will get the BaSO4 white PPT. That is the first step. Second, this white PPT, you just add HCl in this, and this white PPT will be dissolved. So white PPT will dissolve, and at the same time, the sulfur dioxide gas will come out. So what you have to do? You have to pass the sulfur dioxide gas in the KMnO4, and the KMnO4 pink color will decolorize. I hope it is clear. Pink color will be removed out. Pink color will convert into the red, what we say, light pink color. That magenta color hota hai, actually purple color, magenta color, you can say that KMnO4, so that will be converted into the light pink color. Okay, or it may be possible that it will give you the colorless solution. So what is the reason, what is that reaction that you have to do in D block, that is class 12. So don't worry about that, this won't be asked in your exam, just for the Viva it can be asked, yes. So for this I have told you. Let me repeat it again. What we will do, as we add dilute H2SO4 in the salt, we will get the sulfur dioxide, that like burning smell. So it shows that SO3 minus 2 may be present over there. If you see that as burning smell, if you observe, sorry, not see, not you smell the burning thing, then you have to add barium chloride solution in that. It will give you the white PPT, and then further you just add HCl. This white PPT will be dissolved, and then some gas will come out. So you just pass this gas in the KMnO4 solution, and the KMnO solution becomes decolorizes. It becomes colorless. Okay, maximum case में it will be colorless only. Few cases that I will tell you, because when KMnO4 will go to Mn+2 state, then only it will have light pink color. Otherwise, if it will form, SO2 is redox reagent, so that will not as a like ये बहुत अच्छा reducing agent नहीं है, so it will decolorize. Just इसको क्या करेगा, +7 state से +6 state में भेज देगा, and that is K2MnO4. You will get that +6 state. So here the color will be like colorless. It will be colorless only. I hope it is clear. Yes. Suppose neither you got the brisk effervescence nor you got the burning smell, but instead of that you got the rotten egg smell. You know, rotten egg smell. Yes. So if this is rotten egg smell is there coming out, so it shows that sulfide S-2 may be present as a anion over there. S-2. Got? So got it? Yes. So if this rotten egg smell is there, so we have to confirm that this is S-2 only. So for this, what you have to do, you have to add the salt solution. Now whatever the salt you have taken, अब इसका हम salt solution लेंगे. This is confirmatory. So confirmatory में we can take solution, but in the identification we always use salt. Got it? The salt solution, and then add the lead acetate. So what will happen? It will give you the black colored PPT, that is of PBS. You can write the equation, I hope. Yes. Suppose that this is S-2, and this will, if you'll add this CH3COO whole twice PB. So what will it give? It will give you PBS plus CH3COO minus. This PBS is black in color. Okay. So it will give you the black PPT, and it shows that it assures that it is sulfide ion. Got it? Now, if in the beginning step only, neither I got the brisk effervescence, nor the burning smell, nor the rotten egg smell, but instead of all that, I got the brown fumes. So if the brown fumes is there, so it shows that NO2 minus may be present over there as an anion, and NO2 may be, this brown fumes is due to the nitrogen dioxide gas. इस gas की वजह से होता है. Got it? So NO2 minus may be present over there. If NO2 minus may be present over there, that means due to the brown fumes you assume. So you have to do the confirmation, and for the confirmation what you have to take, salt solution plus lead nitrate you have to take. There will be no PPT. कोई changes नहीं होंगे, कोई like PPT formation नहीं होगी. ठीक है? Then what next? You have to second step में क्या करना? Again you have to make the salt solution and add the silver nitrate in this. As you will add the silver nitrate, you will get the white PPT over there. So this will this will assure you that there is a what? NO2 gas over there. Got it? I hope it is clear. Any doubt in this? Okay, let's do another thing. Now in this case, when we will go for the next step, if on adding salt plus dilute H2SO4, there is neither of this observation. I didn't get the brisk effervescence, nor the burning smell, nor the rotten egg smell, nor the brown fumes. Then we have to go for conc H2SO4. This is the second step. Okay, first में हमने assume कर लिया कि कुछ नहीं है. I didn't get this neither here you will write the CO3 minus 2, S minus 2, SO3 minus 2 and NO2 minus. All three are now absent. So hence you have to go for this conc H2SO4 group. And what you have to do in this? You have to add salt. You have to take salt, and in that you have just add conc H2SO4. On adding this conc H2SO4, it will give you three different observation it can give, as the earlier was giving 4 observation. Now you can get the 3 observation only. It may be pungent smell with the sizzling sound. It may be the vinegar smell, or maybe like there is nothing, no change, neither the pungent smell nor the vinegar smell. Okay, got it? So there could be the 3 observation. So if the pungent smell with the sizzling sound we observe, then it may be halide. Okay, it may be halide. Halide, that means X minus. Got it? So if halide is there, then what we have to do? We have to confirm this. So for the confirmation, what we will do in this solution, salt solution, add AgNO3. As soon as we will add this AgNO3 in this salt solution, we again will get we can get the 3 observation. If it is giving white PPT, that means it is of AgCl, and this shows the Cl minus is confirmed. Got it? I suppose that X minus is there, so this X is let me assume this X is Cl minus. So if I will add AgNO3 in this, what I will get? Obviously AgCl plus NO3 minus, isn't it? I will get, yes. So AgCl is white in color, so we'll say that Cl minus is confirmed. But instead of this, if I'm using this Br, okay, so Br minus is there, and then we will add AgNO3. It will give you AgBr. So AgBr is yellow in color, so it shows that Br minus is confirmed. Clear? Now third one, if instead of this this one I got the halide as I minus, so what will be the product here? This will I minus AgNO3. I will get AgI, which is purple in color. So if the violet or purple color आता है वहाँ पे, तो we'll say that I minus is confirmed. Did you get that? You think out of that, although this only will be given to you, not bromine, not bromide, not iodide. Okay, fluoride तो बिल्कुल नहीं, क्योंकि it is highly explosive, so we never use the fluoride in the lab. Got it? So Cl minus ये आपको in general दिया जाएगा. The first one में dilute H2SO4 group में what I said, the carbonate will be given to you only, not all these 3. In the conc H2SO4 only, like if we are talking about the halides, so halides में सिर्फ आपको Cl minus you will get. Got it? If the Cl minus like AgCl, you got the white PPT, then there is the important test that is called chromyl chloride test, which will be asked in your viva as well. Okay. So what is this chromyl chloride test? In this chromyl chloride test, is done only for the what? Chloride. Okay, and very important line I have written over here, this chloride chromyl chloride test is done only for the ionic chloride. Ionic chloride, it should be ionic, not the organic. Okay, organic means covalent. Yes, we cannot use. So like AgCl, AgCl2 can't AgCl and HgCl2, they are covalent, so these cannot give this chromyl chloride test. But if I will use NaCl, CaCl2, BaCl2, in this case these are the ionic, so there we will get the chromyl chloride test. Did you get that? Here it is written, salt like AgCl or HgCl2, because they are the covalent, so can't give this test as they are covalent bonded. Got it? So what is this chromyl chloride test? Very important test. This is whenever we add this like K2Cr2O7 and conc H2SO4 in the salt, Again, just be careful. I'm not taking salt solution. Here it is only salt. In the salt, you have to add the K2Cr2O7 and then the conc H2SO4 and then heat it. You will get the red fumes, and this red fumes is due to what? Chromium oxychloride CrO2Cl2 plus KHSO4 and HSO4 minus and water will be formed as a side product, but we don't have to take we don't have to bother for this. This is the reason which confirms that this is Cl minus. Got it? Chromyl chloride का आपको क्या मिलेगा? Red fumes मिलेगा, which will confirm that this is Cl minus only. So I hope it is clear. Yes. Now, if instead of pungent smell with the sizzling sound, you got vinegar smell. When you got vinegar smell, when I'm using the salt, I'm adding the conc H2SO4 in the salt. So I got the vinegar smell. Neither this nor this. I got just simply vinegar smell. So I have to go for this step. Yes. What is this vinegar smell? That means it says that CH3COO minus may be present over there as an anion. So if CH3CO minus anion is identified, so obviously you have to go for the confirmatory, and the confirmatory test is FeCl3 test. What you have to do? You just take the salt solution plus FeCl3 and then इसको warm करो. Salt solution में FeCl3 solution मिलाओ and then उसको warm करो. So what you will get? You will get the red PPT. Red precipitate. This red precipitate will be for what? Here, what we say, lead acetate ka red precipitate you will get. What is the reaction? This acetate which is already present in the salt, I have added the FeCl3 solution in this. So when I heated it, what I got? This is the ion exchange, and it will give you 3 Cl minus. It will give you whatever the cation is present over there. उसके साथ ही बना देगा compound, and then this will give you lead acetate. Lead acetate is red in color. Red precipitate is मिलेगा. So it will confirm that yes, it is acetate ion. Got it? समझ में आई बात? So this is the wet test जिसको हम we perform in the test tube. Yes. There is one important test also asked. This is oxalic acid test. Some examiner, whenever that external comes, they can ask for this test. So this is palm test. We say as a palm test. What we do? We just take the salt in our palm and a few drops, 1 or 2 drops of oxalic acid we just add in this, and then rub it properly, mix it, and then you just smell this. As you will smell, you will get the vinegar smell. So this is confirmation of acetate ion. I hope it is clear. So what is the important one? This is the iron chloride FeCl3 test is important for acetate ion. Clear? Now, if I have added salt and conc H2SO4 I have given to you, and you just added, and then neither you observe the pungent smell nor you observe the vinegar smell, then obviously what you have to go? You have to go for the next test, and that is called nitrate test. Yes, if neither of pungent nor vinegar smell, then usi solution ko, you just this solution only you have to heat. Then heat the solution. Okay, what is this? Salt plus conc H2SO4 I have added. I didn't get on this addition, I didn't get this or this. So next step, what we have to do? We have to heat it. As we will heat, you will get the brown fumes. Sometime you get it, sometime it may possible that you will not get. Yes. So what you have to do, if you didn't get this, so in this, just heat it for a few minutes, and then if you see the brown fumes, then okay. Well, if you are not getting, then also you just add this copper turning in this. As you will add the copper turning, so if you could observe the brown fumes before just on heating. अगर आपको heating करते ही आपको brown fumes मिल गया था, so what will happen? This will intensify. This will be intensified. वो थोड़ा और ज़्यादा हो जाएगा brown fumes. और अगर आपको पहले नहीं आया था तो you will get the brown fumes now. Got it? So if you get the brown fumes when salt, conc H2SO4 on adding copper turnings and heating, so you will get the brown fumes. It may be possible that NO3 minus may be present. And obviously, if something is present, so we have to confirm. And this confirmatory is again a very good, very important, and external's favorite questions होते हैं ये, you know. So confirmatory क्या है? This is called brown ring test. इसे हम brown ring test कहते हैं. Confirmatory is brown ring test. Okay. So in this case, what we do, we add the salt solution, and then we take the freshly prepared FeSO4 over here. This is very much important. Freshly prepared FeSO4 we add, and we just add conc H2SO4 dropwise through the wall of the test tube. These lines are very important, so you have to note it down as it is. Okay, so salt solution, then freshly prepared FeSO4 in this, and then conc H2SO4 dropwise. जैसे धीरे धीरे आप through the wall of the test tube you will add, you will get a brown ring forms at the junction of two solution. जो दो solutions हम देंगे उसके junction पे आपको you will get the brown what we say ring. Now a question, let me complete this and then I will tell you the question asked from this. So this NO3 minus, when this is FeSO4, where I have used the freshly prepared FeSO4 over here, then H2SO4. So I will first get this Fe2SO4 whole thrice. In this we can see that the Fe is oxidized and this nitrate will be reduced in to give NO. Yes, and then water will form. Now in the next case, ये जो formed NO है, this NO will react with this earlier Fe plus 2 जो पहले से solution में है. So with this, and water molecules will react with all this and it will give you the brown ring, and brown ring formula is FeH2O whole 5 NO big bracket plus 2. This is very important compound, and as I said, that externals favorite questions. Yes. Now the question arises that why should I use this freshly prepared FeSO4? As we prepare, as we keep in our lab, so many solutions, already prepared solutions we keep. So why not we are keeping the freshly that FeSO4 prepared, already prepared, हम क्यों नहीं use करते? So just go through with this reaction. See, you can see that this FeSO4 is going to be oxidized in this, and due to which one it is going to oxidize? This NO3. क्योंकि यहाँ तो ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर चेंज ही नहीं हो रहा है. You can see S is plus 6, S is plus 6 over here. So there is no change in the oxidation number over here. But you can see that NO3 is the oxidizing agent over here, which is going to oxidize FeSO4 into Fe2SO4 whole thrice to give NO. This is the important compound for formation of brown ring. So NO3 minus has to oxidize FeSO4 into Fe2SO4 whole thrice so that it will produce NO, which will further be used by the already present solution, Fe solution, to give the brown ring. What would happen if I will use the already prepared FeSO4? So if I will use the already prepared FeSO4, this FeSO4, due to the presence of nascent oxygen or atmospheric oxygen, it will oxidize to give you what? Fe2SO4, SO4 whole thrice, it will give you. So that means FeSO4 is already oxidized. Now this is already oxidized, so NO3 cannot oxidize, cannot further oxidize this. Already ये compound oxidized, अगर इसको हम nitrate के साथ if I will make it react, I will not get any reaction, no reaction. Why? So because this is already in the higher oxidation state, and there is also a higher oxidation state. This is also in higher oxidation state, and this is also. So there will be no reaction because there, it is not going to be like which one will be oxidized and which one will be reduced. तो कोई reaction ही possible नहीं है यहाँ पे. So there will be no reaction. So that means this NO3 minus has to oxidize FeSO4. Once it will oxidize FeSO4, it will form NO compound. If it is already oxidized, this NO3 will not be able to further oxidize this to produce NO. And if NO will not be there, it can't form this brown ring. So I hope you got this, that why this freshly prepared FeSO4 is required. Yes. So this we have done for the like dilute H2SO4 group and then conc H2SO4 group. In the next video, I will explain about the next thing, that is individual group, which we are talking about the sulfate and the phosphate, and then we will go for the cation test. So I hope it is clear. Yes. So we'll meet in next video. Till then, thank you class.